Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Champions League playoffs. It's the fourth of the quarterfinals. And this time it's King Kimo, the winner of season number 1. He's facing off against NyanRacingCat. France versus Canada. Should be a good series. Kimo lost one series during the regular season, lost to Matrius. Nyan finished third in his division with a 3-3 overall record, 8-7 individual games. So Kimo, number 2 in his division versus number 3 in the other division. Kimo plays mainly Ra, but can't play many gods. And Nyan is basically Atlantean. Occasionally he'll throw out like a Norse, but mainly Atlantean. And I'm looking at Anatolia, which is game 1. Going to be a tough map for the Atlantean player to win. This is a best of 5. Our final quarterfinal match. This is the bracket. So far we do know, if you've been paying attention, who's won each match, but I'll save the results until we're actually in the semifinals. We're looking down at the bottom. Kimo versus NyanRacingCat. Best of 5. Let's get right into it. It's a little bit late of a start for me, since I had some issues with my internet, trying to get it to enjoy streaming. So I think we've got it. And ready to go on this fine Saturday evening in May. It's very warm outside, but very cool down in my basement. NyanRacingCat versus Kimo. Game number 1. Kronos versus Oasis. So Kimo pulling out the Oasis. Oh, pressing the wrong buttons over here. But Kimo has been picking Anatolia as a map during the regular season, so essentially he gets a whole map here in the playoffs. The first game here, we are looking at Kimo, defending champion, in the red color, going to the right side of the water over here. And we've got Kimo in the blue color, going to the left. You know what? You might say the Atlantean villagers are slow, but man, that Atlantean villager got here faster than Kimo's villager got there. And look whose dock is going to get up first. Man, the Atlantean dock got up first, with the Pharaoh empowering it. Now the Atlantean unfortunately does have to run over here, but Atlantean OP, huh? He pegs the deer. We got NyanRacingCat. NyanRacingCat. NyanRacingCat is in the cat. Looking real kappa down there. Excited to watch himself win. Now, one thing I am wondering, why not eat the boar? Because the boar's close enough, you could throw a villager down here. As we see, you could deconstruct. Actually, a nice deconstruct. See some wasted time here. Pharaoh's got to come back. That's losing 20% empowerment somewhere. Well, that's useful. I don't know if the fish will exactly go idle. What's this? I never remember. LA. You can see Kimo's got no wood anyway, so it's not like he's losing out on fishing construction. Or really lost out on any drop-offs. I mean, you know, we got this fishing ship is now just getting full. Little tiny bit of idleville time. But yeah, like, I don't like going to the chicken here because there's so few. He's already out of chicken. Should have just come up to the boar. I mean, you can get your villager here. Town center shoots. Boar goes down. Boar is much faster than chicken. And he's actually going to goats. Whoa! This priest is face tanking a lot of damage here. 18 HP. Wow. So Isis versus Kronos. Villager coming down to attack the Oracle. You can tell that Kimo is a little bit afraid. Look at this. A lot of idle villager time. This is sloppy. And kind of poor drop-off, too. They got to run around this goat. This is all really because of not eating boar. Always eat your boar if you can. But what do you do is Nyan here? I feel like the play, if there is one against Isis and Anatolia, is to... I don't know if you can bother trying to fight both sides. But you should be able to win one side pretty easily, I think. Like if you shift a temple up here and time shift a dock as well and throw it up there. I think you can win one side of water pretty easily. And then try to maybe take... I don't know. Isis is so tough, though. I mean, even with one side of water, Isis is so good on this map. And why? Why, Dad? Why is Isis so strong? Well, it's all that Ancestors Eclipse nonsense. You know, people like to say it, Ancestors Eclipse is nerfed and not good, but on this map, Isis is so good. I mean, you get the Egyptian benefit from the cheaper docks, so you can kind of spam docks next to each fishing spot, and because the water's so thin, how are you really supposed to attack? Now we see Nyan is going for both sides of the water. I think it's better. I don't know. I just think it's tough to win both sides of water. And I don't know. It's what's that saying? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So if you win one side of the water easily, it's kind of better than almost winning two sides. But we'll see how it goes. He's aged up. Does not see this villager here is getting on this dock. But see, the problem is... But I don't know if you could win. I don't know. But what my argument is that I think you go all in on one side of water first. And then go to the next side. I don't know if you can do it like this. Because you could... This side of water could basically be won, like now, already. But as it is, there's no boat. There's no boat defense to come up here and help out. And in the end, I don't think you're going to win water on either side. Maybe eventually on here, but I think it's better just to go all in on one side and just win one side of water right away. My opinion. That's what I think, though. We do see Anubis coming up. Very slow advance here. And the villager getting punched by this clay man. But yeah, there's no fish on this side. Like no biremes. So like I think this just ends up in winning neither side. Or at least maybe later, but I don't know if it's worth it. You know, I think a faster win is better. Because okay, we got a dock down. We got this dock that's probably not going to get built. We got all these units coming down. We got the pharaoh, the priest, the villager. Half wanted to come down and decided she didn't. And we got the cabinet coming out. Now we've got a Murmillo now. Not quite able. I would like to see a time shift block here. You could time shift a house, like potentially right here, and trap these two units. But this is the danger. I think I'm right. I think you go all in on one side. Because the end result here is neither side won. And already the Atlantean is like way behind on fish. Because what you could do here is you build a second dock, you time shift the dock up here, you time shift your temple up here, and then you clear all this out. And by 7 minutes, I think you could have a side of the water won. But going on for the land pressure, unfortunately against a gold mine that's really far back, so that's going to be tough. Like, the initial pressure here is probably going to be pretty decent, as the Pharaoh is really far forward, and the priest too. Oh, this is sloppy by Kimo, losing both of his heroes here. And these Promethean are getting in on this tower, which means the villagers got to run. So good pressure here, and because of where Kimo has built his houses, not quite sure where these guys are going to gather wood, because it's kind of it's really bad. Oh man, but the problem though, when you're Kronos and you're trying to run around in the base, your units can't really dodge arrows, so we can see I'm just keep getting pummeled by these buildings. And yeah, it's like watching me do all sorts of nonsense. We can see like how inefficient these villagers are trying to get to work and stuff. And now these Promethean are running away. But you know, what does this really matter when this side is basically lost and this side is lost? Like, all this aggression is great, but I don't think when you're on Anatolia and you got 2 gold mines to attack it, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, 21-9, and half, I think 6 of Nyan's 9 are idle. Well, 3 of them are. So, yeah, I firmly believe the play here is to wipe one side and then come in and do this. Like, realistically, I think Nyan could be in the same spot, like same army size, but have this entire side of the water to himself. I think it would be pretty easy. Now here come the serpents to protect this gold mine. That's going to force all these units to come back. Pharaoh, Seth Nakti. Oh man, we'll just call him Pharaoh. Is now respawned. And this is tough right now. I mean, Anatolia draw against Isis is tough, no matter how you look at it. But sometimes you got to make your own chances, and I think not winning either side of water is not making a chance for yourself. Like, I mean, I suppose if Kimo just floods these barracks units down like he's doing and just keeps losing them, maybe we could see something here. As we still got to deconstruct. We got some Valors. Like to see maybe a Kiro Ballista or 2 come forward. Oh, these Axemen are really chasing to a bad spot here. And all 5 of them are going to go down without much to show for it, as we got a few units up here, but that was not a good little turn of events there for Kimo, as we see Nyan has 2 town centers now. Kimo's still at 1, but let's not forget we're looking at all of these boats here that Kimo's got. I mean, he's basically taken over both sides of the water, essentially. Not quite on these fish, though, but way ahead with that. How much gold we got left? 5 hundo. Kimo's floating a lot of resources. Looks like Heroic Age is coming around the corner. Now, because he went up Anubis, no Ancestors Eclipse, just Ancestors. We had a Valor get used to get this citizen in on the Valor. I like it, I like it. Coming in this town center, again on the gold mine. Pharaoh just throwing off once. Here's those Kiro Ballista I wanted to see. Kiro Ballista are really good against Egyptian Classical. But should probably make sure they aren't actually shooting at the villagers. You don't want that. You want it on the Axemen. But we've got 1 gold left. We do have a gold mine over here. Does Nyan know about it? He does. I don't think there's any gold mines we have. Oh, here's another one. I got the 1 villager on that. So now all these villagers are going to come running forward. You know, we could potentially see a gold block here. But the problem is, when Nyan ages up, he can make a market. Or not Nyan. When Kimo ages up, he can make a market. And Nyan is going to be pushed back. Nyan at 114 to 130 pop. Shifting some more Military fort. Oh, this prosperity is going to be big. Oh, Nyan maybe should have full popped his army out before he started putting in resources. I mean, really, actually, Nyan, with all these resources he's floating, he could have a full pop army right now. He just doesn't have enough military buildings, and that's key, because if Nyan's full pop fighting this, I don't know if we're seeing all these villagers mining gold, and this is a big prosperity to get in right now. And we can see that Nyan isn't even winning the fight. There's not enough Murmillo, and that's because he doesn't have water, so he can't afford it. And that was a big win there for the old Kimo stir, as we see him defend the gold mine. Now, I mean, that prosperity is all through it. Plenty of gold. He almost has half of this gold mine mined already. And now here's Ancestors and the villagers coming forward. I like this play by Kimo. This is a good play, knowing that he just won the fight. And that Nyan probably can't replenish. And we're seeing Ancestors and villagers coming on this town center. This army is moved away way over here. Sitting next to this relic. This army is falling back, and this is all just... The aggression is great, but not having control of any water really hurts. There's no economy for Nyan. Villagers sitting idle here, and what looked so good for Nyan maybe 3 minutes ago is now completely different. I mean, Nyan is going to be in Classical Age for a long, long time right now. And, oh, he's coming forward, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Maybe take a few pot shots, and, oh, he's trying to save his units that were stuck in here. But I don't know how that's going to work. These slingers are doing work. And they have... yeah, this is a lot of units. Nyan throwing his army away against these super cheap slingers. Because the problem is, Kiro Ballista, they don't get an attack bonus versus slingers. So they don't do super well versus slingers, and they're super expensive. And yeah, this is not the extended edition. This is Nyan on the old Champions League. I think this is the first Rex I've been able to do of Nyan this season. So, sorry about that. Get the Scorpion Man just hanging out in the woods. And a villager forward, but she's got to retreat. And yeah, 1,000 wood, 180 gold, and no food. No eco-techs either. Kimo's got hand axe and the 3rd gold upgrade already. That's big. I think, man, I almost wonder if Nyan goes all out on this water first, wins this side, if he accomplishes the gold block. I think he might have. I mean, obviously hypotheticals that, you know, would change the way the entire game would play, but I just don't think you can split and try to attack both sides of water against an Egyptian. I think you have to focus on one and win that, and then if you want to, you can try the other side later. I don't even know if that's worth it. I think you just win one side, you have a couple docks down here to fish, and then you make the Egyptian attack you and spend resources to attack you, so that you're still ahead, technically, because you've got all this side, and then you got some of this down here. I think that's the play. You see a Monument to Soldiers coming up. He's a little bit worried about a deconstruct, like a Migdal maybe, or a Chaos. And what up with you, T-Mac? 911. Scorpion Man coming down following this villager, who's just calmly marching all the way down. Now the Scorpion Man will take out this... Ooh, take out the very expensive Kiro Ballista, and then run away, maybe? Will it run? Maybe I think Kimo's forgotten this. I think Kimo forgot this Scorpion Man was down here. And, oof. Don't want to lose a myth unit like that, but Kimo's so far ahead, he can kind of afford that. Implode on this army. Yeah, I mean, but in reality, it's not much of an army. I mean, we're talking 20 slingers. 1,000 wood and what? 400 gold. Not much to use and implode on. You know, I guess it'd suck them all up, but not a huge expense. Let's see the Leviathan down here just being deleted, because why not? Blossom Goose wanting to see some Poseidon. And we've got Osiris up, and Kimo is way ahead. And now we just had, I think it was, where's this temple? Rhea. And he's not going to get on the Migdal because of this monument to soldiers here. Got this weird fire that looks like it's got everything on fire down there. And we've got Pharaoh. He is ready to get turned into Osiris. There he is. Now he's Osiris, and Osiris can deal with all this. We got the mummy coming down. No. Just like that, the behemoth gone. Well, Nyan tried something, and it didn't work. Maybe learn from it next time, but well, what is this army gonna do against Osiris? Nyan at 200 gold, shifting a temple up here. Kimo's not bothering with any sort of gold starve. He's just coming right through the front here. I mean, Kimo could easily take this out, and then it would just be GG at the 17-minute mark. But he's not going to do that. He's going to be nice to Nyan, give Nyan, you know, false hope. I suppose I could dramatize this and make it seem like Nyan's got some, like, chance of coming back. I mean, theoretically, he's only 600 behind in score. He could accomplish something. The siege towers on the barracks here, which are making Murmillos right in the middle of all this. So he comes running out. This villager getting picked off by slingers. A couple really slow-moving Cantarius come down. And they do good damage against the slinger. But we got elephants. We've got Kimo with... where's his gold? Got no gold. But 1,800 food and 1,000 wood. And hellos! Whoop whoop! As we see, alright, he used his trader on the siege tower. The son of Osiris isn't doing a whole lot other than losing a ton of hit points. Hides in the tower like a real coward. And nope, we can't even deconstruct this because of that monument there. And Osiris pops back out, zaps a few things, and Nyan's got to run away. Building the... another behemoth. Yeah, the trader, I mean, it kept the Sunny Boy's little hidey hole away from him, but then the next siege tower was able to run up. I mean, Kimo really didn't need to lose nearly that much hit points, that many hit points. He could have hit it into the other siege tower a little bit quicker than what he did. As we now see heavy elephants that live forever. No catapeltes around so far, but there's only one more elephant who's just kind of wandering around, stomping around down here. Nyan looks like he's trying to age up. We're getting copper shields coming in. Osiris is taking a beating again. All these Kiro ballistas shooting away, but there's not much left. And the the slinger doing damage to the Arcus. And at the same time, Nyan has tapped out, and GG. Tough map. You got to play it really well if you want to beat the Egyptian here as a Atlantean. So it's a tough map, but do remember, nobody's making Nyan pick Atlantean. But that's all right. I can only play Rod, and it's not even that great at all. But yeah, see, I think there's a chance here. If Nyan wipes out a whole side first. And I don't think it's that tough. Like, people can go away from this game and be like, dang it, it's impossible, Atlantean can't win. But I just don't know if the the early game strategy like even makes it count. You know, like if you pick a strategy that probably isn't going to work and you lose, well, does it really prove anything? Not really. I mean, but I don't mean to say this to like make fun of anybody or anything like that, because as I always say, sitting here in this chair while I'm just sitting around looking at the whole map makes it really easy to, you know, to make the right decision. But I don't know. I think at this point I've seen the Kronos fail enough times trying to like fight two sides of the water early against Egyptian. I just don't think it's ever going to work. So I think you just got to go one side, clear it out. Blossom Goose with the 24 months in a row. I think I gave Kimo his win. I did. Let's move on to game number 2. That is a full two years. Look at that. 2 years. Blossom Goose, I do believe, is my second most faithful follower. A man who I think just originally didn't even play Age of Mythology. I don't even know how he stumbled upon my channel to begin with, but who cares? We're looking at Oranos versus Kimo. Oranos versus Kimo. NyanRacingCat as Oranos. But yeah, we've got NyanRacingCat, the blue guy, down here in the bottom, switching over from Kronos to Oranos. And we've got Kimo as Hades on the top. Interesting. Yeah, Hannibal Barca's the oldest. He is my first one. He said he would subscribe if he watched a 6-player 3v3. I guess that's 6 players. All Poseidon Alfheim. So I found 5 other fools that were willing to do it. And there we got it. But anyway, Oranos versus Hades. And you might be looking at this map being like, what in the world? What is this map? Well, this map is Drenched River. It's a newer map. That's all right, I suppose. It's a little bit big. A little bit bigger than normal. But all the gold mines are forward. At least the secondary ones. So I think it's a little more aggressive than what it first looks to be. I mean, you're really not going to be able to wall off all these shallows. That's a little too much work. So I think this is a decent Oranos map. If you remember from during the regular season, I picked this map and was faced off against an Oranos, and things happened. And that was not a win for me. So I think Oranos can do well here. It is against Hades, though. Hades kind of the king of defense. Yeah, I wasn't expecting... I knew he did that against Dauber, but he did that as Kronos. I didn't think he'd do it as Oranos. I was expecting just kind of that typical, the Oranos will make like 10 units and then grab a town center kind of a deal. So I thought I'd be able to go Bast, get a town center, have a pretty decent reign, make Sphinx, run them around, have a good time. But in the end, after I got this town center, I had no gold mine. It went a little bit haywire, and those Oranos Terma were just all over me, and I just never could get the army that I needed. So your original plan was to go 2 town center, 530 classical. I think that's a good plan. I talked about this on another stream. I don't remember when. But I kind of feel like the Oranos 2 TC Classic has kind of disappeared for the most part from the meta. And I'm not sure why. I think it's still decent in the right circumstances. And I think against Hades, it probably is. Because it's tough to... I mean, I guess you could push the Hades into his base maybe early. But the early Greek heroes are so good. So it's hard to do that until you've got like that critical mass of units. Because Ajax and Chiron can kind of single-handedly defeat like 5 or 6 Atlantean units. So why not grab a town center? I mean, town centers, though, for Nyan, as far as hunt are concerned, aren't super great. Like, all of Nyan's hunt is over here. And it's a lot of it. But there's nothing to protect it. And now we're going at the 331 age up to a 430. So now you're going for the standard 430, probably into just your barracks, counter barracks, pressure. And what does Kimo do? Going up Athena. Interesting. I thought that we might see Ares here. As we see Ajax is a little worried about this Oracle, so he's going to come over here and prod it with his spear. Oh, what are the relics? I like relics. Dwarven Calipers, minus 20% siege cost. Armor of Achilles, minus 5% infantry hack vulnerability. Hail of Cerberus, minus 25% myth unit special time. And Canopic Jarvan Senti, minus 15% infantry train time. None of these relics really knock your socks off, but none of them are terrible. They all have their uses. So, you know, whoever gets them, it's pretty decent. But Kevin AoM says, Muito Bomb! Hello? And T-Mac has a Great Dane, or at least his family has a foster dog called Ajax. That's cool. And we got Prometheus. What do we see? Military barracks, counter barracks. Really defensively placed, though. Like, you could have maybe had them built up here, maybe? I don't know. I guess you want to use your gold villagers because you don't really need the gold villagers. And we have the Athena. What is the Kimo Sabi going to do? He is building a town center that protects nothing. See, I feel like here the Oranos could maybe gold block this. Because the gold mine, I mean, I suppose you have the Sentinels. Promethean spot. This could maybe, yeah, slow it down a little bit. If I'm Nyan here, I think I'd go full 115 pop and push this gold mine. Because there's no walls, at least right now. And the other thing, so grabbing this town center is fantastic, but I guess he does have a lot of pigs. Kind of lucked out in the pig sector. Well, I guess there's a lot of pigs. Both of them got pigs. Kimo's real name, Kimothy. I don't know. But yeah, here come a few units. I think you have to be careful that you don't want to just trickle a few units in because, like I said, these heroes can kind of do some work. Could potentially get on this stable and slow it down. We'll see what happens. Now we do have a little bit of a wall here. Getting on this villager. Oh, there's a hole in the wall anyway. Could get on this tower. Oh, okay. Promethean on these units that are on the wood line. These two little clay men that you get, they can be so annoying sometimes. This is just so annoying. It's weakest 2 little units in the game, but they're so annoying. Alright, so what is Nyan doing? Is he grabbing a town center? He is. I think that's a mistake. I think you can go full 1 town center and block the gold mine. Or later on block. Like, look, like the Sentinels, they really don't protect this anyway. Kind of placed way back here, and their track rating is awful. Only 5 track rating. The Murmillo die. And this isn't good. Oh man, he's gonna lose his Minotaur for free. That is not good. Oh no. Not good for Kimo there. The Minotaur is an important unit. But like, if Nyan isn't making a town center, his army's decently bigger, and he can just park here. like he could legit sit his units here, and it's not in town center range. Losing a couple units here for no reason. Coming in on the raid. And the scout slowing down the town center grab. And now we're at 2 town centers to 2 town centers. The units come running through here. I think your play is just the 1 town center. Might be able to kill a couple villies here. He's stuck. Oh, a little bit slow on the attack animations there to get him started. And oh, no, you can pick that one off. Oh, but they're all running out now. They're taking a lot of damage to these buildings. Now, one thing that people forget is that Hades does make buildings. Hades makes buildings do 20% more damage. Kind of a lot, really. And we're kind of slowed down here to a pretty slow game. I will say, though, we have the Hades player moving on to farms at 8:30. We have Kimo. We have Nyan still happily eating hunt, and will continue to do so for quite some time, because he maybe isn't going to roll the base over. He's going to stay on the aggression. So that's nice to see. Eco upgrades, got the first line of everything. Kimo has the first line of everything as well. And we might start seeing a little bit more fights here as we see stable, that's housed, archery range, barracks. Or technically military academy. I always call it a barracks. And still not picking up any of these relics though. A lot of Hippocon here. Yeah, any garrison unit increases the attack damage. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I never realized like how high an attack is if you put 10 throwing axemen, a longbow, and use flaming weapons. I guess does the garrison, is the garrison extra attack based on the current attack of the units in it? If so, I did not know that. See our first little skirmish here that's going to happen, maybe. Could like to wait for maybe a few more catapultes to get on these Hippocon. And now I think Nyan would win this fight. If he has the resources, which he doesn't. But maybe like to see medium. I don't know why you went shockwave. There it is. There's a shockwave followed by an immediate. I think, yeah, need to reposition. And actually, this shockwave kind of really screwed Nyan's positioning. Because it just bounced the Hippocon on top of the Terma, and then the Murmillo were fighting the archers. So I actually don't know if that shockwave ended up being as good as it could have been, other than forcing out the classical god power from Kimo. And now Nyan's fighting a bad fight here, where you've got the Toxotes just launching free range arrows down on all these Murmillo, and now Nyan having to fall back, and now he can kind of fight this again. But I think he lost more than he needed to there. Probably as soon as that restoration was used, is just run out of there. Because his units, just courtesy of the shockwave spitting the Terma right on, or the Hippocon right on top of the Terma, kind of, by the time the restoration was done, I mean, Kimo's units were properly positioned and Nyan's weren't. Nyan at 2 town centers. Is he aging up? Wow, a little bit of some issues with the macro right now. Like, he could be grabbing a town center. Might as well, because of the way his eco is. But he's not. Now he is. Alright, he is sending it down. But yeah, he probably could have had that town center being built a little bit sooner. And now, see, I don't... Oh, no, the Aurochs! Don't shoot the Aurochs. You're gonna piss him off. Alright, the Auroch missed. The Terma missed twice. But yeah, Kimo does, or Nyan does not win this fight. Oh, could pick off these two Toxotes and the Hoplite over here. As Terma gets traded on the right side. And now we'll get on that Toxote that's kind of lost in outer space on this left all by himself. And we've got these units just running up here just to try to split or distract or something. We did have medium infantry come in for Nyan, who looks like he's almost aging up. He'll be aged up soon. Eco upgrades, first line. It's going to be tough for Nyan to get this town center down once the Hades has it up. So that'll be hard. And that might... I don't think Kimo can fight this. Full pop Greek against full pop Atlantean. I feel like the full pop Greek should win. And Kimo's a little bit slow. Oh, I forgot his armory. I mean, look at him. He's floating 3,000 resources right now. And is not yet aging up. Here he comes aging up with Thea. Got a few Murmillo in on these villagers. These two are almost dead already. So actually might be able to... Okay, one's gone. And oh, you're turning on this other one. This isn't terrible, but yeah, Nyan's got to keep running back. He's trying to run units in, maybe get in on these Toxotes that are a little bit by themselves. And nice little shots here, and could probably shoot a little bit more, but I guess he doesn't want to get trapped, and he's running out here. Oh, getting in on the town center. Could slow this down quite a bit, actually, yeah. Kimo went a little bit too far this way, and slowing down, but I don't think Nyan can really fight this yet. I don't think he can. I mean, he's close. And picking off a few more units over here. That's good. Is aging up quicker. We have Apollo is 40%. So the age up is about 30 seconds behind for Kimo. Isn't terrible. Second line for gold gathering. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, as the game keeps on going and going, Greek gets stronger, Atlantean get weaker. We have a God Power has been used. It was probably the 3, yeah, right there. And Nyan, what does he do now? Does he try to attack in Heroic Age, or does he just push through Heroic right away and age up Mythic? I'm gonna guess he's probably gonna age up Mythic. We have a market getting built anywhere. We have some Dryads coming in. Army marching along. Trying to get on the gold mine, it looks like. A little risky. If Nyan can... Where's all his units? Oh, they're down here. Why is he being so defensive? With the bird shooting away at some Toxotes, that'll do some good work. Yeah, if Nyan has all of his myth units up here. Oh, you don't want to lose your 2 heroes, though. What are they waiting around for? Go attack. Runs right through. We're really defensive here. Like, is Kimo almost just trying for like a Mythic and a Titan Gate and then just Earthquake Nyans, maybe? Is that the plan? Now they come forward. Maybe he just forgot about them. That's okay. Market starting to come down for Nyan. Does Kimo have a market? He does. Kimo going to be aging up soon. He will. Nyan not quite putting on the pressure that he needs. Because if Kimo ages up first, and is able to get a Titan age out, like I don't know if Nyan would be able to pressure it. I mean, I guess if Nyan maybe goes up Helios, could potentially with a Vortex. Artemis 10%. Nyan turning and fighting this. Go okay for him. Both players kind of turning around, not knowing what they want to do. The Dryads are so scared about something. Sticking on the villagers. You'd almost shockwave this just to kill the Manticore, maybe. Look at all the gold gathering right there. And Nyan again sitting on his age up. Like, look at this. He's got over 4,000 resources now. Age 4 Hecate is coming in. On the front town center. That's risky. I mean, I guess gotta play a guessing game and see which town center the Artemis gets used on. I guess you maybe assume Artemis will get used on your base. Do a little bit of a fight here. There's no hero. Where are the heroes? The hero's dead? Nyan should fight this while the heroes are gone. There's no heroes down here. Like, you got 5 dryads. Fight this. Nothing can kill them. There's the heroes way up here. What are they doing up here? Well, they're overseeing the villagers. I like it. Now here comes the third one. Here comes the Pegasus. There is Tartarian Gate to use right on top of the underworld if it gets used. We have Artemis is up. Kimo coming in, or Nyan coming in for the attack here. Got the Terma that just, or the Terma the Arcus that just got changed into a hero as it's shooting away at this Manticore. All in the back, we have a Valor, a big Shockwave. Kind of sends units flying, but I don't know if it... it helps. At the Pegasus, we can see on the mini-map is flying on the right, and turned out to be a decent fight here, but here comes... Oh no, he used his special on the unit all by its lonesome. And, oh man, the Chimera is a tough unit for the Atlantean to deal with. As we see this Pegasus come flying down. And what do we see? Like an earthquake followed by a underworld? Like, here's the problem here. You're going to want to be able to see this end of the underworld so you can cast Tartarian Gate on it. So it's important to find it right away. And almost, as long as you have your building upgrades. Oh, no, no, don't use your Tartarian Gate until Underworld's used, I feel like. Where did the Chimera go? Did it die? Did I miss it? Oh, Lampades on the Manticore? I think it'll get it. Great chase! Come on! Oh, you gotta be so close. It wasn't even targeting the Manticore. What a waste. That's a real letdown. Gotta pass this instead. And the Manticore goes down anyway. And we have Tartarian Gate on the gold back there. It's a big fight. Bruise on the front. Got Nyan at 149 pop. Kimo at 150. Nyan getting iron shields. Quick iron shields there. But I think I'd rather maybe see heavy Terma or heavy archers first. We got stupid burning pitch upgrade. So I guess actually burning pitch helps out quite a bit for archers against Tartarian Gate though, because it only has 60% pierce. So this is one instance where burning pitch is good. Look how fast that Tartarian Gate went down. Wow. I'll have to remember that. Burning pitch versus Tartarian Gate absolutely destroys it. And Knight on the aggression, but remember, oh, I pressed the wrong button. We still got Underworld, we still got Earthquake. I guess it's just lurking. It's like impending doom. Like if you see this as the Atlantean, you see the Pegasus, you're like, yeah, I know it's going to completely destroy me, but I can't do anything about it. And the Chimera is taking so much damage there. I feel like my computer's running a little bit slow tonight. We're almost running at half speed, but I don't know why. I feel like my computer is running out of juice. Like full speed it runs, like normal it runs. Hello, what's up? And oh wow, Kimo's kind of winning this fight pretty easily here. And we still got these Pegasus just sitting around. I'm trying to figure out what Kimo's like doing other than just sitting around. Like, does he just defend and get a Titan Gate? I suppose he could do that. Like at this point, late game Greek against an Atlantean who doesn't even have heavy Heavy archers. Yep, here comes the Titan Age. So that's what we're going to see. We're just going to see a Titan Gate from Kimo and then just an Earthquake on Nyan's. And Nyan's not going to be able to react. In fact, Nyan can't even really afford the Secret of the Titans right now as he's losing his forward base. And I guess he'll kill Chiron. Up one, poop. And we've got old Perseus uses his insta kill on the old Lampades. Birds go flying away. Not a lot there. I mean, I guess we do have the iron shields, but and we do have now heavy archers. It's just such a slow, steady way to win. You just kind of fight in the middle, just defend, and then make a Titan Gate. And how in the world is the Atlantean gonna ever push through to kill your Titan Gate? And the Atlantean can't build his own because there's Earthquake and Underworld. Like, given the god powers at his disposal, Kimo could kind of win this, you know, any variety of ways. Did I know if I get Fetters of Fenrir and the Vil misses his shot, he can one-shot a priest? So you mean, if my villager fires at the Aurochs, the arrow misses it and hits a priest standing next to it, the priest could die. I did not know that. Assuming it's true. As the Titan Gate is getting built there, and what does Nyan do, huh? I mean, he's losing his fight here in the middle. He has no way of ever getting to this Titan Gate. And I think this is just a slow and steady win for Nyan. Or for Kimo. I don't know why I keep getting these names mixed up. But I don't know. That's GG. I just don't think... I think if you start off making army early here, you should just, I think one town center and full aggression onto the gold mine was probably maybe a little bit better of a chance here for Nyan, but I don't know. I mean, Kimo, just no mistakes really. How do you take advantage of it? I mean, Kimo just steady in defense, didn't really lose anything, no bad plays, and Kimo up 2-0. The reigning champion is 2-0 ahead here as we're heading into our third game in this series, and we'll jump right into it. And yeah, I mean, Atlantean late game, the key though is that Atlanteans should kind of be able to run around the map early, and so the goal is to come into the late game with the lead. If you don't come into the late game with the lead, you don't win. But that's kind of the whole design of Atlantean in a way, is early game win, at least for Oranos. Late game lose. All right, game 3. Kronos versus Hades on Oasis. A little bit late for me, so we'll just speed through the beginning sector here. The game. And we are... Yeah, Gaia. Kimo was a 2 seed. He lost to Matrius. This is a 2 versus 3. On Oasis. NyanRacingCat in the bot. This is going to confuse me. This is why I keep confusing which players are which, because they're... Well, I guess Kimo was on the top last time anyway. Don't you need you guys listen to me drinking water, but water is great. But yeah, NyanRacingCat is Kronos. Oh, not Kronos, not Oranos. Okay, okay. And Kimo up here on the top. Hades again on Oasis. Kronos into Hades, I think it's a tough matchup for Kronos. Because like your goal is like an early attack, but then the Sentinels just... I mean, Sentinels in and of themselves aren't super great, but they're decent, especially against like the initial early pressure of a Kronos, so I think it's tough. Not a lot of hunt to start off with. 3 zebra. Just a second hunt looking like. I could undo the fog of war and see. Ooh, only 2 giraffe. This is low hunt. Low hunt Oasis. I know Oasis is normally low, but this is a little bit lower than low. This is a best of 5. So NyanRacingCat has used up all 8 of his lives in the first 2 games of the series and can't afford to lose anymore, because then that's the series finally and completely. You know, Kronos rush here, which is what Nyan's doing. With how low the hunt is, it actually work. Just needs to make sure not to lose line of sight of this Oracle, because this temple needs to start getting shifted pretty soon. What is the Kronos rush? That is when you make a very few amount of villagers. Oh no, he's not doing it. He's going for a 4-minute instead. Okay. The crush is when you age up at about 3:30. It's an old school strategy. But he's going for the 4 minutes instead, which I guess isn't terrible. The 3:30 crush does kind of damage your economy quite a bit, so you don't see it very often. And they go into the trees here. And yes, T-Mac, I did know that Sentinels could garrison into like siege towers, and I think Helipolis. I guess they could also go into rocks too. I don't know if it was patched out though. I kind of like it. I mean, that kind of stuff is just kind of cool. What's funny is that the pedestal is actually different than the unit, so this pedestal stays behind, as I recall. And it's just the Sentinel itself that moves. Okay, so it's important to see where does Kimo have line of sight? Yes, he does. Alright, oh, Nyan's saying there's a bug that's coming. What bug? Like we talking a fly? Alright, we've got the Valor. Could get some damage in on this. Got the Prometheus coming up on top of the... Okay. Where... Oh, they all... Okay, getting on the Ajax now. I almost think you just get on the villagers. But I guess if you get the Ajax down. And the villagers coming through to the right. Ajax running away. Oh, villagers turning a fight. I don't know if this is good. And good. Okay, alright. Ajax getting away. One villager down, that's good. We are getting the 2 Kiro Ballista, or not Kiro Ballista, the counter barracks coming in. And Ajax running away. What kind of age up are we getting? That's a slow age up for Oasis. Punches the scout. And getting in on that villager. Alright. Are we going to time shift these buildings forward at any time this game? Chasing the Ajax. Look at him run. Man. Got this relic too and everything. Oh, 1 hit point. 1. He's getting away with 1 hit point. Alright, we got the temple coming here. Now the... Oh. Now the myth unit would have come out anyway. But I did not know that worked like that. Because the myth unit would have come out of the temple anyway. I don't think it would have deconstructed fast enough. I did not realize that worked like that. So dropping off the relic and the temple stops the deconstruction? And does Kimo get bonus resources too? That's a good point there. I bet he does. You can see the temple, like the sound effects for time, the deconstructor still going on. I bet he does get the 200 resources back. I wonder if that happens every time, though. Like, I would have thought that would have been something that would have been seen before. But yeah, to get the 200 resources back is big. Now, I think the Minotaur would have come out anyway. So actually, what really screwed Nyan there was Ajax getting away with 1 hit point. So Ajax ran away with 1 hit point. The Promethean that were up there could have actually punched him once and killed him when he was coming out of the town center. Huh. But Ajax runs on through and drops the relic off while the temple is deconstructing, and that stops the deconstruct. It reset it. It's almost like putting a temple in, like restores the temple to its full potential. So it has to have been some way. I mean, the thing is with old games like this, the way things interact with each other, I mean, you never quite know what's going to happen. It has to be because of the relic. But maybe in the order in which the commands were given. Like, maybe if the command is told to drop the relic off before or at a certain time, it allows it to happen. But it has to be, like, at a specific time. And yeah, the Terma could probably come in and fight all this. There's not quite enough units here. I don't know. That's a weird bug. I've never seen it. I think it has to be just the timing of the commands, and that maybe the command to drop off the relic was at the certain time where it worked, and if you don't replicate that timing, it doesn't work. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never seen that happen before, which that's big. I mean, it's less that the fact that it didn't work, because the Minotaur, I think, was coming out anyway. But the 200 free resources early on? That's big. These villagers, this is like looking at my wood line here as they're all running around the corner. Are you trying to... Is the manor trying to, like, suck up the house? Or the tower line of sight or something here? Or the tower range? Yeah, because then you have to retask to the units all the time. You know, Nyan, maybe this is just me, but I think it might be worth it to, like, put in a catapultes or 2 against the pure. And did you forget your Kronos or something, that you're not time-shifting your buildings? Why don't you time-shift your buildings? Maybe you were so triggered when this happened that you didn't. What is this relic to? Plus 50% building hit points. Oh, man. Ever there was a Hades relic just to make Hades completely invincible at the beginning of the game, it's this one. Here come the villagers. Sit maybe right here. We can hear the towns still trying to take it. And yeah, Kimo, what he's good at, he's just such a careful player. You normally don't see him losing units for no reason. As we see it, Nyan is at almost full pop here. Running in with his Terma. They're so slow not being Oranos. Coming in and trying to get in on these villies. But losing a lot of HP and still no villager dead here. And Nyan in the chat saying he probably should have fallen back for a second town center. Probably. Because Kimo really wouldn't have the food right now or the resources to support it. Whereas, like, all this really hasn't killed a whole lot yet. It's a weird bug. Is deconstruct back up? Yes, it is. Should just deconstruct the temple just to eliminate it. Like, Kimo hasn't made a unit for a while now, like a military unit. But Nyan hasn't really been able to take advantage of it. And now we've got the Kronos building the second town center. Yeah, probably could have come a little bit sooner because all this army hasn't really accomplished a whole lot, like, beyond the initial push. I think it has to be the way in which the hero was tasked to drop off the relic. And that somehow, whether it was a shift command or something, it overrode the fact that the building was being deconstructed. So the game then didn't know how to treat that. It came straight. I bet it is a... I don't know. See, the garrisoning thing? Garrisoning is kind of bugged in this game. I bet it was then. Something to do with the garrisoning and also specifically how Kimo ungarrisoned, whether it was with a custom hotkey or clicking it. Because there's different types of ungarrison in the game, depending on which hotkey you have set up. So that could have been it, depending on which garrison command he used. Because it's the same thing where if you straight garrison a villager that's building a town center, and it's the first one to be building it, the game will still think that first villager is still building it, so then the next two villagers, like if you're at Lannion, will make the town center build a ton slower. As we see the classical age god power restoration get used on that army there to keep them back so that the town center is being built. I don't think the myth unit would have been canceled. I think the myth unit was coming out regardless. I think the myth unit was still going to make it. It would have been close, but I think it still would have. As Nyan comes running all the way back, and we're now 2 town center to 2 town center. Eco upgrades, first line for everything. Pickaxe. Yeah, see, I would agree, though, with the comment that Ryfang made, that I would have, too late now, but I would have done a game restart with that. Because, I mean, there's some bugs that you kind of got to live with since it's a 18-year-old game, but that's one I don't think that it can be tolerated. Because of the potential. I mean, potentially, you can't tell for sure. You'd have to time it, I guess, and figure it out. But potentially, the myth unit would have come out. But the bigger thing is the free 200 resources that Kimo got. And do we see Nyan? Nyan's looking like he's going to be trying to age up. Age 3 soon. We got a lot of hoplites. A lot of archers, and the Hippocon along with Chiron coming down. That's the one downside. So with me and Boyd being the 2 admins, the fact that we're so busy when all these games are being played live, I mean, how do you, if you're like just not this, if you're just a normal streamer, I mean, you can't really make that call. So it's a tough spot. But I would have, if I were watching it, I would have just said we should restart the game at that point. Because that's a big bug. Hippocana really being annoying along with Chiron. The nice little positioning here right next to the berries, but gotta run now. Gotta get out of here. Now the Toxotes are getting a lot of damage in. On the Terma that are trying to run back. The Hippocana are causing a little bit of damage. Just gonna click this a little bit. Still got the sound effect of the deconstruct. So annoying. And we have Hyperion up. Now please don't use it until there's a myth unit to chaos. Apollo coming. Town center built for Kimo. I think Nyan could have killed a couple more villagers right away. Maybe a time shifting ability, a path block them, potentially. I think I also would have preferred to see the oracles on the villagers instead of the Ajax. I think you get more value out of a couple early villager kills as you do killing Ajax, which in the end he survived with 1 hit point and then just completely screwed the game up. The old Ajax counter deconstruct bug, which is the first I've seen of it in the history of Age of Mythology. So yeah, with the towers and the sentinels at that point, maybe grab a quick town center, I think. Yeah, I mean, but looking back, you know, easy to say. This villager caught just so close to safety. She's gonna make it. All right, she's gonna make it. And we do have Nyan aging up. I thought I saw him aging up. Yeah, aging up Atlas. Interesting. So Atlas isn't gonna kill any buildings. Atlas also doesn't give any myth units. You get the Argus. And this villager is just getting smacked around by these hyena. And showing up on this wall here, there is an opening over on the left. Catapeltes on the wall. Take a while. 840 hit points, courtesy of the plus 90 and plus 150. And we got double walls over here, but we got a Catapeltes coming over, and the Satyr uses the special, gets on that villager. Oh, this wall has been built. Oh, the wall actually got almost all the way killed with that. We have an implode, but Kimo doesn't actually have a huge army, so implode might not be super great. I don't know. I think I'd rather see Helios, because the only way you're ever going to push in as an Atlantean against Hades is with upgraded fire siphons. Like, I don't know how much value Atlas gives here, as we got this one-on-one here that looks like the Minotaur will eventually win. Not the Minotaur, the Manicore. Oh, it's close, down the wire. Oh! 1 hit point! The Catapeltes wins. Oh, that's exciting. Here comes the Argus. We've got an implode that's up, but no siege coming in anytime soon for Nyan, who does have a 300-point score lead. But once Artemis comes in, it's going to kind of change things around. We haven't had a Chaos used yet, so clearly waiting. Don't use Chaos on this. Don't even use Implode yet. But you should probably fight. Ooh. You got to turn and fight. You can't let... Yeah, you can't just let these units run. And man, my computer seems like it's going really slow. Toxoids are getting sucked in as poor Hoplite gets sucked in from way down here, and so does this one. So the army is going to go bye-bye into this black hole of doom, or what do you want to call it. And that's everything. The wall's flattened, Chiron flattened, but Kimo has the resources to resupply. comes Fortified Town Center. Got the Terma coming up to get on the gold mine here. The Argus coming forward to slap some slime on something. Or maybe he's going to come up to the gold mine and fry some villagers in acid. And we got the turn here. We already have heavy Toxotes. Got Chiron almost dead. Where is the... Oh, there it is. And okay, so yes, I knew this ahead of time. So the game goes out of sync. Somebody drops. So at this point, we will continue watching a stream of the game. So I'm going to be streaming a stream here. And let's close. Well, now I can leave the game up. And oh, I got to go to my desktop here. And what am I looking for? Hold on. Gotta make this a window. And let's see, where's my messy desktop? Here it is. For some reason my Firefox doesn't like to play videos, so we will put it on this. And probably should have got this ready ahead of time. Okay, so we are going to continue our game. We can look at the chat here. And this is where the game is paused. We will continue watching a stream of a stream here. Who are we watching? Who is streaming this anyway? We got, so stream of a stream. I got my scoreboard on top of the overlay scoreboard. And let's take a look here. You have a palace up here now. Streamer is a wizard. Ari, you're a wizard. But the problem is that did we just have a chaos get used? I can't tell. All right, Earthquake is used by Kimo. And that flattens, we can see on the bottom of the mini map, which we're not looking at, is that Kimo's forward town center is gone up in smokes. Gone up in smokes. Yeah, I didn't see a chaos, I'm sorry. And now, not Kimo, Nyan's. I don't know why. I'm always mixing up. This fire siphon is just wandering through and not getting any damage at all. And we've got a panic scrolling around the map. We have an underworld right there. That's kind of just there. Kind of the worst underworld. Like, it doesn't really... It's almost on the same screen. But it doesn't matter. We've now got late game Kronos with Helios, or without Helios against Hades. Like, there's nothing that the Atlantean has at this point that's ever going to kill a Hades building. Like, you can't. The fire siphon without the Helios upgrades just isn't going to do enough. Like, it just takes way too long. And we've got basically pure Toxotes, which again, Hades Toxotes are so good. And Angry Wog is followed while I am streaming a stream. I like it. And we can see you got units. It looks like maybe villagers pop through that underworld and are going to Kimo, or going to Nyan's forward town center. And it's looking pretty grim for Nyan. I don't know. Don't know how he's going to be able to turn this around. And he's not. He casts GG. The God Power GG. And that is it. So it's a 3-0 for Kimo. 0-3 for Nyan. Which, I mean, I guess if you're Nyan, you'd like to have won at least one game. The resource count there tells me that Nyan should have probably gone to an earlier town center, because your whole goal with the rush here. Whoa, I guess we aren't looking at post game at all. Well, that's lame. Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward to this game-changing moment in the game, which was when the temple got undeconstructed. I've never seen that before. Ever. Yeah, I also think you should have killed more villagers. Nyan. Like the early game damage you do by killing villagers is so big. Like I think all of these oracles, I think you should turn on the villagers. Like I don't know if you really, I don't know. I think you kill villies here. And again, this Promethean. Oh, see, you could have come over this way. Like right here, do you have a building done? Like you could probably time shift a counter barracks here and path block. But in the end, you killed one villager. I think you probably could have killed more. It was close. I mean, you could have instead, though, if you don't want to do that, you could have just time shifted a house instead. All right, so let's take a look at this order of events here. What's best about this is that he survives with 1 hit point. Okay, so he has the order to drop before the deconstruct is used. It has to be the on garrison hotkey. It has to be the on garrison is what did it. Because the on garrison thing, it has to be with on garrisoning. But Wiz, there's different ways to ungarrison. How did you do it? Did you use a hotkey? Or did you click on the town center to ungarrison? Because it's different. All right, I have to check. Here, we'll check. I got a little bit of time. If you want to come in the game here, you can close this down. If you want to jump in my game room, I'll delete the password, and we'll see if we can get this to work. What's going to be the easiest way to do this? Probably just do allow cheats. Oh, I'm going to have to go out. I want to allow cheats. Go out. No, you just allow cheats. So let's get off of the patch. You'll have to be Kronos, and I will be... Hades. And we will allow cheats. What is the cheat code to get the Atlantean god powers? See, I have a hotkey. It also might matter on how the hero gets garrisoned as well. Now you gotta go Kronos. I mean, theoretically, we can do it pretty close. So, how about this? Wiz, you able to get on Discord? So I can just build a temple. What's the cheat code to see all the map? Wait, isn't there elite super hacksaw? Oh, now I can see all the map. Alright. Okay, Wiz is in Discord. Wiz must have used the cheat code to reveal the entire map. Okay, we'll do an experiment. See how this can be rebuilt. Alright. Oh, what in the world is going on? Oh, you got the Canadian bear!
I sure do. Keeps attacking though. I don't want it to attack.
Yeah, stop it! Stop it!
Temple.
Get him out of there. Let me get a relic. Yeah, it's gonna have nothing to do with which relic. It's all gonna have to do with ungarrisoning. And potentially even how to garrison. Like, the difference between one-click garrison and having to hold alt and garrison. I don't know which one Kimo has, if he has one-click garrison or not. So it looked pretty clear to me that the hero ejected first, and then deconstruct was used. So the hero had his command before. Can you hear me? Why are you saying yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't be bothered running it as administrator, so I have to tap out to do that.
That's so stupid. Alright, so what I'm going to do is as soon as I ungarrison... So there's two different ways. You can ungarrison by using the... Don't use it yet. By just clicking on it. You can set up a hotkey to ungarrison. Alright. I'm going to... Dang it! Stop! Hold on! Reverse! I garrisoned it. It comes out.
Yeah, but that time you created a command, then I used deconstruction, and then you undid the command.
All right.
So you
what's the hotkey that can?
I don't know what the cheat for refreshing god powers is.
Let's see. AT cheat codes. Not attack on Titan. Yeah, we screwed that up. I thought he was gonna get in it before you were able to deconstruct. All right, what are we looking at? Randomize Xenos Paradox. I will send it to you. That. Let me know when you got your, when you got it back. Oh, Divine Intervention resets God Power cooldowns. Dang it! You can use Control S to just copy it over 100,000 times. A lot faster. I love that this game lets you hear when people use a cheat code. Do you have it yet, or are you just messing with me?
It's taken forever to find, man. I'm shuffling through every god power of the game. You're probably faster just restarting.
Are you doing Xenos Paradox?
I sure am, but it shuffles all god powers, not just Atlantean.
Alright, restart. You can just use Divine Intervention and it restarts your cooldown. Okay, that was a fail. Hurry up. I don't know how it happened. We'll see. We'll do it one more time without me crapping it. It doesn't matter. The map doesn't matter. It's all in. Oh, I didn't turn cheat codes on. This is stupid. This is the worst testing ever. No, this will be faster once we can actually do it right. Because then we can just do Divine Intervention. But I guess you're right, Deathmatch. Divine Intervention would work too. Oh, maybe it wouldn't. Wizard, you coming back in?
One sec, I'm sorry.
I gotta go to bed. Here I am trying to test this. Probably best not to figure out how to do it, because then, you know, people are gonna start doing it.
That's true.
It's like people testing out new drugs to get high off of. And as soon as they find out a new one to get high off of, everybody's gotta do it. Hope I did cheat codes on. I sure did. Alright, there's the relic up there. Alright, this time Divine Intervention. That'll reset your God power. What is it? Elite Super Hacksaw is the one to make things produce immediately. Could have done lightning, that might have been better.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Yeah, we got time, Mr. Too lazy to run it as admin. Alright, I'm coming with my Ajax here. Picking up this relic, and we're going to see if we can repeat this bug. Alright, so this time I won't screw it up. And I will command him from the town center. Using the hotkey. Alright, deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct.
Nope.
Huh.
Maybe it's because I attacked the temple. You want to try again?
I don't think that would matter. It's all in the interaction. Wait, are you dropping? Wiz?
Sorry.
What's going on with your internet? I'm losing you.
What was the cheat again? Sorry?
Divine Intervention, I think in all caps. I'm not going to tell you how to spell it, because you should know how.
Alright, let me just Google that.
Kids these days, what did they teach?
Alright, I did spell it right. I was just double checking.
Alright, you got it? You got it? Get line of sight of my...
I can't see the Ajax though, because you didn't build it in line of sight.
Well, let me do it again. Let me just build it over here then. You goof. Maybe he has to have one hit point. It's like that secret code that if Ajax has one hit point.
It would be an interesting code.
Alright, I'll just click him out this time. Alright, you can deconstruct.
Nope.
I don't know. Never seen it before.
Come here, let me beat that Ajax half to death.
No, I gotta go to bed. Alright, well, I don't know why I did that, Nyan. I'm sorry you had to go through it. Don't know. Never seen it before. But anyway, we're looking at our bracket. We've got all four of these, all of the semifinals done. And not the semifinals, all the quarterfinals done. We'll be moving on to semifinals next. Nyan has very bad luck. Yes, indeed. But that's okay. That is alright. Wait. I bet it is. No, Blood's right. So what happened is it probably put the temple above max hit points. So it restored the temple hit points. Here, let's do it. He's right. It is going to be that relic. So it changes the temple to get more hit points. So I wonder if it's because the temple got enough hit points to be more than max. Let's see. In fact, I don't have time to test it, but I'm gonna look at the rec.
Because it could be the end garrison in combination with the relic that did it. Because you guys said you didn't ungarrison it from a TC when you did it, right?
I don't know. It has to be with somehow how the I said that has to be with the garrisoning method too. But now that it is the building, the one that gives more hit points. It might be a combination of the two. I don't know. I'm just gonna watch the recorded game. I want to take a look and see the last amount of time I spend wasting my time on a video game trying to figure out a bug. Let's see. I think the key is to look at the hit points. So it gives plus 15%. Is that relic?
Make sure to switch overlay.
Oh, what do I have it on? Oh, I don't have it on the right one. You're right. Sorry. Not that anybody really... Oh, let's give Kimo his win in game 3. Then I'm going to go to bed. After this. What's a 20-year bug in a 20-year-old game? Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? In the end, Nyan, if you would have killed him instead of letting him live with 1 hit point, you wouldn't have dealt with it anyway. And you could have had any... You could have this Promethean swoop on down and kill it. Or this Oracle swoop on over. That's your fault anyway.
Or check the relic. What relic is it?
It's the one that gives buildings more hit points. Head of Orpheus. It doesn't lose hit points, though. Ajax is like, I've done my job.
Nyan, did you test it on Extended Edition or Voobly?
Hades buildings have more hit points. Maybe you have to be Hades. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. So I don't know why it did it, but anyway, I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. And I'm going to go to